King's having for dinner. We got 4 ounces of some liver and maple syrup. We have a couple pieces of femur bone. We're gonna scoop that bone marrow right out. We have 30 grams of a protein shake. We have a Liver King concoction in here with some yogurt.
First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to the Akim pushing his truth and sincerity by Shem Rokah Kodash. As you can see clearly, this so-called white man in this video is Esau, okay? His biblical name is Esau. And as you can see, this truth is going out. You know, you got people everywhere bringing out this truth, you know, in some shape, form, or fashion, okay, via the internet. You know, there's a lot of people out there that know, you know, who the Edomites are, okay? There's a lot of Jake waking up. Are they all of the elect? Well, that remains to be seen. But it's of a truth that, you know, he would be exposed in the last days. All right. But I want to start here in Genesis because the 25th chapter, it speaks about Esau, okay? And it speaks about his, you know, basically his characteristics, if you will. Okay, so let's read Genesis 25, Lord willing. This will be edifying. It says Genesis 25 and 23. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. Okay, and this is Rebekah, okay, our foremother, the wife of Isaac, our forefather. 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, so this is a future prophecy, as we all know through the Spirit, that one people shall be stronger than the other people, meaning the 2 babies that Rebekah was carrying, one would be stronger, okay, and that was Jacob, okay? Jacob would be stronger than their brother Esau. And the elder shall serve the younger, meaning that was a future prophecy that eventually the elder, okay, brother, which is Esau, would eventually serve the younger, okay, in captivity, just like Jacob went into captivity under Esau, okay? And that's why you have the history of the white man having the so-called Negroes in slavery, as well as you Latinos and you Native Americans. Okay, this is the history, okay, of the world that's in the Bible that, you know, the churches, you know, they have not been able to come out with because the Lord is not dealing with them. This is something that has been revealed in the last days, okay, unto a hopeful election. You know, it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Okay, and that's the so-called white man. He came out first. Okay, he's the brother of Jacob. Okay, he is the progenitor of the white race, while Jacob is a progenitor of the 12 tribes, you so-called blacks, Latinos, you Native Americans, as well as you dispersed, okay? So it says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Okay, so first came out Esau, okay, and he was all hairy. You see? And the second brother that came out, his name was called Jacob. And he basically he took hold of Esau's heel. Okay? Showing you that there was a struggle in the womb. It says here back on the 22nd verse, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. because she basically bare children at a very old age. Okay. And if it was to be like how it was, was told to her, she asked the Heavenly Father, why was it that they were struggling in her womb? Okay. And, coming back down to the 26th verse, Jacob took hold of Esau's heel, meaning, he was stronger. Okay. We're in this world, you could say that we are, behind, but in all actuality, we are superior. Okay. And you can see that even from the womb. You could see this going on from the very beginning of time. So as Esau came out first, Jacob was close second, grabbing onto his heel, and that's a foreshadowing of future events, man. That they are ultimately going to be grabbed and snatched, and put into captivity. Okay, they shall serve the younger. Let's see what this word serve says. Ibar.
Strong's H 5647. Avad. Avad.
To work, serve. Right here it says what? To work for another, serve by another by labor, to serve as subjects. You see? They're going to work for us, man. Okay? They're going to be subjects unto us. What does it say down here? To make oneself a servant. What is it? To compel to labor or work. Cause to labor, cause to serve. Okay? So, right, they're going to be servants in the kingdom to what? To the Israelites. Okay? Jacob's name was changed to Israel, was it not? And this is the story of the so-called white man and the so-called Negro, all the way down to you Latinos, you Native Americans. You're going to be compelled. You're going to be forced to work. Here it is in this world. You're all in managerial positions. You're in top leadership positions. You're on the dollar. You're all over TV. You are the face of what? Of the angels of the Most High. But really, that's all a lie. Okay, you are servants, man, and this is the future prophecy that you're eventually going to serve the younger, which is Jacob, who was a progenitor of the Israelites. 27 verse, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Okay, and you can see, Esau, the so-called white man, being a cunning hunter. They love to hunt. They're always taking pictures of different animals that they shoot for sport. Okay, who's always on the cover of Guns and Ammo. Okay, these Edomites, so-called white men. It says a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. So, Jacob liked to, be in the house. Okay. Isn't that of a truth? We like to chill for the most part, be indoors, kicking it, if you will. Okay, let's see what this word says right here. Plain.
Strong's H 8535. Tom.
Right, this is for Jacob. This is for a plain, I should say. Jacob was a plain man. Perfect, complete, perfect. One who lacks nothing in physical strength, beauty, etc. Sound, wholesome, an ordinary, quiet sort of person, complete, morally innocent, having integrity, one who is morally and ethically pure. Okay? So Jacob, he was complete. He was wholesome. But the first, which was Esau, he came out red. Okay, and that's not really speaking of the color red. That's meaning, okay, he had, white skin in which the blood shows forth through the skin. Okay, meaning he was what? He was what you would say was, white, like a white man. But Jacob was what? A plain man. He was perfect. See, the Lord created man from the dirt, meaning different shades of brown. Okay, and this is a secret unto the world. The world they can't receive this, man. Okay, but those that are in the know, we understand this to be plain. So Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. He was wholesome. He was sound. He had integrity. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, because he was a man of the field. He loved to hunt. He loved to kill, animals and whatnot. That was his thing. He was a man of the field. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. You see? Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sawed pottage, which means to boil, okay? Pottage. Boiled food, soup, pottage, things soddened, boiled. And it was meat, actually, okay? And Esau came from the field and he was faint. So this is the story, okay, of how Esau, the so-called white man, the progenitor of the white man, really, he sold his birthright. Okay, he sold his inheritance. Look, this is the precept here in Hebrews 12:16. You could even see it right here. You see? And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So basically, Jacob was boiling some meat, okay? And Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage. So it was red meat. It wasn't even done yet. For I am faint, therefore his name was called Edom. Okay, Esau, Edom. Esau dwelt in Edom. What the Salakia? Let's get this word. Edom. Red. Edom, Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau, land of Edom, Idumea, land south and southeast of Palestine. What does it say down here? Edom, the elder twin brother of Jacob, hence the region Idumea occupied by him. Okay, so Esau and his land was what, his nation was what? Edom, the Edomites. Okay, but it's not saying that he was red like that red meat that Jacob was boiling. It's saying that he was what? He was of a lighter pigmentation, okay, like the so-called white man. Okay. Somewhat like an albino, if you will. It says, I pray thee with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name was called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So you see, this was all set up in the spirit. Okay. The scriptures tell you in Romans 9 that this was all set up. Let's see if we can go there real quick. Romans 9. Let's get this. Romans 9 and 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by her father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Okay. See, so when Rebekah was basically pregnant with Jacob, she had what? She had when she was pregnant with Isaac, I should say, Salak, she had Jacob and Esau, right? But they, all this happened according to the Spirit, according to the Most High, because he's the one, okay, that elects. He's the one that chooses. They weren't even born, but yet one was good and one was evil. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So the Most High hates so-called white people. And we say so-called because, you know, they're not white. You know, they're you know, nobody's white, nobody's a black. Okay, we're talking about biblical nationalities. The real names of what you would call Caucasians or white people is what? It's the Edomites. And it says here, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And it's all from election. It's all from the who chooses things to be like this said. The children were not even, them not even being born, having done no good or evil, according to election. So the Lord chose it this way. You know, but going back to Genesis, and that's in the New Testament, but going back to Genesis 31, it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. Sell, to be sold, to be given over to death, to sell oneself. So basically, Esau Edom being the firstborn, he sold his birthright for what? For some red meat that wasn't even cooked done. It wasn't even finished being, you know, done. So as you see in the video, man, these Edomites, they do eat red meat. And that guy was red as shit, you know. He's not white. They're really red because the blood shows forth through their skin. That's why when they get in the sun, you know, they get sunburned because they lack melanin. And really, they're cursed. It tells you that in the book of Isaiah, the people of my curse eat them. So they were cursed by the Most High. Okay. Let's see here. Sell me this day thy birthright. Birthright, primogeniture, right of the firstborn, right? You know, they're supposed to get, the firstborn was supposed to get a double portion. They were supposed to get more of the inheritance of their father. But what did Esau do? Because he was faint. Okay, he was about to faint because he was in the field all day. He sold his birthright to our forefather Jacob. Okay. And it says here, continuing on, and Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So he sold his inheritance. He said, you know what? You can have my inheritance. What is it going to do for me? You know, I've been in the field all day. Give me some of that red meat. You know. And that's how they are. That's how they are. Okay, Esau wants things now. You know, they're ruling in this kingdom. This is their kingdom. But as the prophecy states, the elder shall serve the younger. So in the next world, in the next kingdom that is coming, the heaven on earth, they're going to serve who? The Israelites. Okay, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the elect. They're going to serve them. And this is the story, okay, of why the so-called white man eats red meat. Okay, why they have to have things now? Why they hate the so-called blacks, Latinos, and the Native Americans? You know, it all goes back to the Bible. 34, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. Okay. So he gave him bread. He gave him the undercooked, the raw meat. And lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So he hey, you know, what do you usually do to your firstborn? You teach him, your firstborn son, you teach him what? You know, in that ancient world, in them times, and even in today, what do a lot of people, they call them sons junior. They give them the same name. They give them part of the family business. They take on the religion, if you will. Okay, but Esau, he didn't want none of that. You know, what did he say? 32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? Right? What profit to this inheritance? What is it going to do me? I'm about to die right now. Give me this red meat. And Jacob said, well, sell it. You know, I'll sell it to you. I'll sell it to you. I'll sell this meat for your birthright. And that's what happened. But this was all set up in the spirit. Okay. These devils eat this red meat even to this day. So he despised his birthright, and that's how they are. And that's why they are the way they are, you know. That's why they feel a certain type of way, because they know that they have no parts with the Most High. That's why they're ungodly. Whether you see them in the church or whatever, it doesn't matter. Their higher up elites know that, you know, they rule the world. You see all your low-level Edomites, they don't know. But at the higher they go in status and rank in this world, you know, they're actually with the system. They know that they have nothing to do with God. Okay, they know that you know, they've been rejected. Like it says here, this is Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. You see, for one morsel of meat, for a piece of meat, he sold his birthright, his inheritance. Okay, being the firstborn son, okay, of Isaac, he would have got everything. He would have, you know, he would have been blessed, okay, on the earth to carry on, you know, the Israelite inheritance and whatnot. But it wasn't meant for him. It was meant for who? It was meant for Jacob, which his name turned to Israel. Okay, the father of the Israelites. So you see, this is the story. It says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Okay, let's see what it says here in the NLT. You know that afterward, when he wanted his father's blessing, he was rejected, right? It was too late for repentance, even though he begged with bitter tears. And that's how they are now. They're bitter. They're bitter that you know, and they're sore losers, man. Here it is. They got the whole world. The scriptures say what? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You know, Malachi 1:4 says Esau, Edom is the border of wickedness. Okay, but you know, nah, they you know, they don't know how to lose. They're sore losers, man. They sold their birthright, and now they want to mosey on in the kingdom and inherit blessings and this and that. No, your blessing is now. Okay. I'll just leave it there. Lord willing, this was edifying. I could go deeper, but you know, I'm just gonna leave it there for time's sake. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to say, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Shalom.